Greetings and salutations. How's everybody doing? So we're looking back into 2 episodes of the show Alf, with episode Night Train and Isn't It Romantic? Let's look at Night Train first. Well, in this episode, what happened in Night Train? Well, in this episode, when Alf hop on board a freight train in search of adventure. And then Willie starts to tell stories about himself, and all his adventures. I'm gonna say, I kind of liked this episode. I kind of liked it. Especially in that, you have another episode where it's the friendship between Willie and Alf, and they are, at first, Alf is showing hey, here's the trains, and I'm just say, that's an awesome train set. That's really cool.
Boxcar Willie.
Whoa, what a cool name. Hey, can I have your autograph?
No.
Come on.
I guess.
There was, back when I was growing up in the 90s, although this episode came out in the 80s, 87 exactly, what they knew was always very common, even until the 2000s, was that a lot of TV shows or even cartoons would have moments where characters would say, "Hey, we're gonna ride a boxcar and this is gonna be our life now." I kind of like how when when they eventually do decide to, when it happens is they're having to end up running onto the train to get away.
That's no seeing eye, dog. That's a Doberman pincher.
Yikes! Don't let him pinch me.
Hey, get away from that train!
Alf, jump!
Run, boxcar, run!
And I'll be honest, say the moment when they're on the train and they're in the boxcar and they're just saying, well, things could be better, I guess. And then a hobo named Gravel Gus, he's saying, "What's going on over there? What's going on over there?" And then Alf just saying, "Oh, that's just an alien." And he goes "Oh!"
Ah, loose kangaroo!
And then he jumps off the train. Off the car. And I really do kind of in the fact Willie's talking about how his, what he used to do, his adventures and all that. And then eventually goes although I'm not doing that anymore, he's saying, the true adventure right now for me is family. I kind of like that. I kind of like how, they become closer as alien, and eventually they end up are able to get it back home while singing the song "City of New Orleans."
Do you ever wish I hadn't crashed through your roof?
Never.
Thanks. Dad.
And yeah, I thought this one was kind of fun. I thought this one was pretty nice. It was very much a fun one. Now let's look at the episode, Is It Romantic? In this episode, Alf and her Tanner kids give Willie and Kate a second honeymoon, and he fears that Willie and Kate might break up when he hears them arguing on a dinner table. And one thing that this episode does is that this episode really is say, hey, let's have a ton of references to Broadway shows that were, popular at the time.
Hey, Willie, where are you going?
I'm gonna go see a musical.
Musicals are dumb. Out of the blue, people burst into song.
Hence the term musical.
Yeah, but wouldn't it get on your nerves if all of a sudden I started singing, "Hey, Kate, ain't it great?" Hey.
Alf, you don't want to go there. You're gonna upset the theater folks. Also me. And I gotta say that, I thought this one wasn't too bad. I thought the moments say yes, the reason why Kate and Willie are arguing is because, like, say, they're at first upset, like, well, was upset, upset because, like, say, hey, because he's worried about, like, Lynn being too young to go on a trip with her boyfriend, and at first, like, say, I disagree. Then they have another argument. But I do like how one thing that Alf and the kids do is they try to, like, make the house look like the hotel that Willie and Lynn stayed at on their honeymoon.
Welcome to Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls?
Yes. See, Alf came up with a way for you two to stop being mad at each other.
We're not mad at each other.
Too late. We're going through with this. How do you do? I am Fritz von Fingerhoff. On behalf of my staff, welcome to the beautiful Duke of the Mist Hotel.
I kind of like that idea. And when they do that, they, like, say, hey, get the bellhop, or like, say, the got it, like, get suitcases and all that. And this is kind of a fun episode. Like, they try to, like, say, hey, remember this when we were on our honeymoon and all that? And this one was just kind of enjoyable. I really thought it was a enjoyable episode.
I found this in the basement.
And at the end of it, like, you have a moment in which, like, what's like say, oh, we're in our bedroom. And it's like say, well, what happened then on our honeymoon? And if I, shoot, the ceiling is gonna collapse or something. But no, Alf just has, like, a water hose. He just sprays it on them. And at the end of the episode, Willie has to stay home because he's sick because of, getting cold water splashed on him. So yeah, this one was kind of fun. I kind of liked it. But I'm going to see you next time.